I never imagined that one foolish phone call would cause my life to fall apart. Hello? I'm Leah, 32, from Colorado, and I'm going to tell you how, in less than 5 minutes, I was able to ruin my marriage. You know, those times when you just want to vent to your mother and everything falls into place? That is precisely what occurred to me, except my husband Adam overheard every single word. Now I'm sitting here while he packs up our children's belongings, pondering how things went so wrong. Allow me to begin with Adam. He was more of a nerd than I was, but we both worked in marketing when we first met 7 years ago at this startup. Despite being completely engrossed in his video games and constantly sporting those terrible plaid shirts, he was kind, steady, and genuinely paid attention when I spoke, which was a welcome break from the men I typically dated. We were married after 2 years, and I believed I had everything worked out. He wasn't flawless, but who is? We had 2 lovely children, a respectable suburban home, a solid job, and things were going well at first, or at least I believed they were. Adam and I have 2 children, Ben, who just turned 5, and Emma, who is 3. After being promoted to senior marketing manager, which came with more money but also more hours, I chose to resign my work to stay at home with the kids. Childcare was taking up the majority of my income anyway. That's when things started, becoming complex. Adam grew more reclusive, constantly claiming fatigue or work-related stress. He would play his games or browse through his phone when he got home, seldom acknowledging me or the kids. When I tried to talk to him about it, he just stated he needed time to decompress. Meanwhile, I was trapped at home dealing with temper, tantrums, and soiled diapers, while my friends posted about their fantastic careers and child-free vacations on Instagram. That was the tipping point. Last week, I was having one of those days. Ben refused to eat anything but dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets, and Emma had been having tantrums all morning. Adam texted to say he would be late again due to a client meeting. Desperately needing someone to talk to, I called my mom and went on a tirade about Adam being absent and a bad father. I vented about him being more interested in his games than in his children, calling him selfish, lazy, and emotionally unavailable. I even said I was beginning to regret getting married. What I didn't realize was that Adam had arrived home early to surprise me and overheard everything. Adam didn't yell, he never does, but the expression on his face was worse than any yelling match. He stood there, keys in hand, and asked if that was my true opinion of him. I tried to retract my statements, saying I was just anxious, but he wasn't buying it. He reminded me of his 60-hour work weeks to provide for our family, how he abandoned his dream of starting his own business to ensure a steady income, and how he had been saving every spare cent for Ben to attend a prestigious private school and a Disney World family vacation. He even showed me booking confirmations. That night, he slept in the guest room, and the next morning, he was different. He called his sister, a lawyer, and began planning. Now he wants the kids 4 days a week. He says he needs to step up since he's such a bad father. He's already told his parents everything, and they're supporting him. He's searching for an apartment near their school. My own mother says I went too far this time and must correct it before it's too late. Adam claims he needs time to reflect, but his eyes tell me he's already checked out. Yesterday, I tried to apologize again and suggested counseling, but he said he couldn't stop hearing what I said. He can't trust me not to say things like that, especially to our children when they're older. This morning, I went for a stroll. When I returned, I saw Adam packing Emma's special blanket and Ben's favorite stuffed dinosaur. They're going to his parents' house until he finds an apartment. Ben was excited about spending time with Daddy, but Emma kept asking why. I wanted to grab them and say they couldn't go, but the look Adam gave me stopped me. It seemed like he was challenging me to back up my claims about him being a bad father. Now, I'm sitting here in our quiet home with partially packed boxes, wondering how everything went so wrong. My friends are split, some saying Adam overreacted, others shocked by my words. I keep hearing from everyone that I should accept responsibility for my words, but it's hard. Relationships are difficult, and there are always 2 sides to any tale. That's what hurts the most, seeing how easily everything can fall apart from one foolish phone call. Adam has already changed his Facebook relationship status to "It's complicated." His sister is assisting him with the documentation. Yesterday, I made one final attempt to make things right. I bought his favorite snacks and order. But what about Adam's responsibility? What about all the times he chose his video games over family dinner, or the times I had to handle sick kids alone because he couldn't take off work? Sure, I shouldn't have said those things to my mom, but I'm not just making stuff up. There were real problems here. Last night I couldn't sleep, so I started looking through old photos on my phone. There was this one from last summer at Ben's birthday party. Adam was wearing that ridiculous dinosaur costume he rented because Ben was going through his prehistoric phase. He looked so happy. We all did. I posted it on Instagram with some stupid caption about being blessed and have family goals. Looking at it now just makes me feel sick. All those people commenting about what an amazing dad Adam is probably think I'm the worst person ever. Now, I tried talking to my best friend Ashley about it, but she's being weird. She said maybe I need to do some self-reflection and think about my part in all this. Easy for her to say. She's still in the honeymoon phase with her new husband, and they don't even have kids yet. She has no idea what it's like to be stuck at home all day with 2 kids while your husband gets to be an adult in the real world. This morning, Adam came by to get more of his stuff, and I noticed he wasn't wearing his wedding ring anymore. He said he took it off since it was bothersome at work, but I know what that implies. He's already moved on. Meantime, I'm still wearing mine since taking it off feels like admitting defeat. Plus, I don't want the other moms at Ben's school to start chattering. They're already giving me these funny glances at pickup time, like they know something's up. I attempted reaching out to Adam's parents, thinking maybe she could speak some sense into him. Terrible error. She sent back this long paragraph about how she's prayed about it and thinks we need time apart to reflect on our ideals. Then she had the nerve to propose that maybe I should attend a therapist to work on my communication issues. Like I'm not the one who spent years without speaking. At all. The thing that's really getting to me is how everyone's behaving like I'm the only one who ever said anything wrong in this marriage. Okay, I messed up with that phone call, but what about all the times Adam made me feel invisible? All the times he'd rather play his games than chat to me? All the family dinners he skipped? Yet no one wants to talk about that. It's all poor. Adam, and how could you say such things, Layla? I think I should be appreciative that he is not attempting to take the children away entirely. His sister, a lawyer, proposed a 50-50 custody arrangement, which is terrible, but much worse is the idea of just watching my babies half the time. Emma still cries for me at bedtime, even when she's only at her dad's. How will she manage living? In Adam's new apartment at his grandparents' house? That's the really scary part. I'm beginning to wonder whether everyone else is correct, and I did take Adam for granted. Admittedly, I may have been too preoccupied with my anger about what he wasn't doing to see what he was doing. Adam is coming over. It feels like letting everyone win, like they were right to support him all along. His sister is coming tomorrow to discuss schedules, custody, and other exciting topics, most likely to make sure I don't say anything else that they could use against me. I should attempt to get some sleep and make sure I don't say anything else that they could use against me. But each time I close my eyes, I keep wondering when I hear Adam's voice stating that he can't hear what I said. Would I say something different, or would I simply confirm that the front door was open?